This is the next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussions continuing our Clash of the Champions review series. This is going to be WCW Clash of the Champions 24. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank. Let's get into it. This is about a month out from Fall Brawl, which will be on September 19th, 1993. This clash took place August 18th, 1993, from Daytona Beach, Florida. Tony Schiavone and Jesse Ventura doing the commentating for this one. It had a pretty moderate card here for this one. A pretty good main event. Got to see somebody return. Couple, two out of the three titles that were defended tonight changed hands. Let's get into it. Now, before the night started, Tony Schiavone had announced that Brian Pillman had an injured ankle and would be unable to compete in the tag team title match on this evening. So they allowed Steven Regal to be part of the Hollywood Blondes. He was not even blonde, but he's a Hollywood Blonde for one night. So him and Steve Austin would be defending the tag titles in the opening match against Arn Anderson and Paul Roma. Still can't get over the fact that we're saying Paul Roma and Horseman together. That's it's just weird, man. It's just weird.
It didn't last very long, so
no, it did not. Of course, Brian Pillman was down at ringside, aiding and abetting when he could in this match. This opening match was actually pretty good. Fans were really into it. Arn Anderson and Steve Austin going at it when just a year ago they were teaming together was pretty interesting. Now, during the match, towards the end is where it got really, really interesting. The referee distracted. Sir William accidentally hits Austin with the crutch, with Brian Pillman's crutch. Then Anderson knees Austin into Sir William and rolled him up for the pin. And Anderson and Roma captured the unified tag team titles away from the sort of Hollywood Blondes here. If I was them, I'd be looking for a rematch after this. Jesse Ventura even said the same thing. When Pillman gets healthy, he should go to the executive board and file a petition, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever, dude. Arn Anderson and Paul Roma are the tag team champions. Following that was Eric Bischoff interviewing Anderson and Roma, who had said all along that they would be taking home the tag team titles to the Four Horsemen. Next match on the card was Too Cold Scorpio versus Bobby Eaton. So you go from an NWA title match to a guy that's just pretty much on his way out at this point. I think what hurt Bobby Eaton as far as his career goes is I think he stayed a little longer than needed because he was staying well into 97 and 98.
Hey, man, you know what?
When the product was hot, and he's not.
When Marty
Jannetty is in Nitro, is on Nitro, and he's winning matches, and you're not.
He had a cup of coffee there.
Yeah, but he
even Rick Martel had it,
and he won a title.
He won a title. Yeah,
he won the television title against Booker T.
People forget about that.
That is like one of the few things I remember in the beginning of 1998 was Rick Martel's rejuvenation to see if he could do it. One more shot, one more go around, and he had a pretty good feud with Booker T.
I would have loved to have seen Jannetty get a real run over there,
Yes, but even if it was for he wasn't around with the hardcore title, but I mean, even with the television title, it seemed everybody was getting that. He did have a cruiserweight title bout.
Could have gotten the U.S. title too back then. He could have gotten the U.S. title back then.
Why not? U.S. champions weren't getting title shots anyway.
But yeah, wasn't to be.
But it just goes to show that literally everybody eventually fought on Monday Nitro.
Yeah.
So, and again, this match wasn't bad. This Bobby, at this point, still kind of had it. Like I said, 97, 98, I think he stayed a little too long. But right now, he's doing good. Now as a singles wrestler, he's out of the whole alliance. He's back doing by himself. But Too Cold Scorpio was just too much for him to handle. The 360 splash off the top rope. Scorpio gets the victory over Bobby Eaton. So another loss for Bobby. So next match on the card was Mask versus Guitar. Oh boy, Johnny B. Bad versus Max Payne. Yeah. And for many that don't know, on the last clash, Max Payne fired that Bad Blaster into Johnny B. Bad's face, which caused him to have to wear the mask. So now
it's like Undertaker when Mabel leg dropped him and broke his orbital bone.
Oh my God!
But Johnny B. Bad, he had enough. He had enough of this guy's antics.
Yeah, and he wouldn't fight him unless he put Norma Jean on the line, which is his guitar. So now it's Norma Jean versus The Mask. Oh, I can't wait to see this match. Now, of course, during the match, Max Payne did take the mask off Johnny B. Bad.
Hmm.
However, Johnny B. Bad had another mask under it to fool him. And of course, during Max Payne tried to get the upper hand early in this match, jumping him as soon as he got in the ring. Obviously, that didn't work. And of course, trying to take the mask off before the match was over. Again, that also didn't work. Uh, the way it ended was kind of cheesy to me. Max Payne misses a splash off the second turnbuckle, and then Bad just kind of drapes his arm over him and gets the one,
Yeah.
two,
One, two,
three.
three. See, yeah.
So now he is the proud owner of Norma Jean.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Following that, they did a Flair for the Gold segment. Now, this to me was the best, the best thing for the night. I love it. Now, his guests were Sting, the British Bulldog, and a mystery guest. Now, I don't know what Bulldog. Maybe it was the adrenaline, but when he's sitting there and Flair's like, "Yeah, you guys seemed hyped," he goes, "Yeah, that's right. Sting is hyped, man. The British Bulldog. He's got a title match later. He's hyped. Our mystery guest.
Yeah.
He's hyped." And I'm like, "Bro, what did you just take
Something.
and give some to Sting?"
Something.
He was like really
Yeah.
out there.
I'm sweating too.
Yes, you noticed that too. Oh my God. Now, Flair was talking about their upcoming War Games match at Fall Brawl that they'll have against Sid, Vader, and Harlem Heat. Sure enough, just as soon as he was talking about it, out comes Harlem Heat and Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
And of course, they're talking about their mystery partner. And all of a sudden, the wall breaks, and out comes this stumbling idiot. I heard the laughter too.
Yeah.
So you see Fred Ottman, Typhoon, Tugboat come out because the stormtrooper helmet fell off. And this was probably a big thing for him to make his
It
debut
was, yeah.
in such a major match. For a blunder like this to happen kind of sucks because now it just took away from the whole thing. And he puts the mask back on. Now he's trying to talk in that dark, like Black Scorpion type voice, and it's not coming through. So Sid, it looked like kind of pulling audible, and whatever he was supposed to respond to what he said, he just went ahead and started talking.
Well,
And then
Sid didn't break character. To Sid's credit, he didn't break character. Like
I was surprised.
he kept serious, which is hard
Yeah, it
under those
was everybody else.
Under those circumstances. It's very difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you hear the
Shockmaster.
Shockmaster, and of course he starts. You will all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh God, dude, it's over. Don't even try. Just be like, shit, and just walk away. That whole, that whole blunder kind of took away. It was a huge thing tonight. This was supposed to be a huge segment leading to War Games.
The Shockmaster was doomed from that point on.
Exactly.
It was doomed from that point on.
It didn't work. But this clash is going to be remembered for that. And if anybody ever says the Shockmaster, that's the first thing they're gonna refer to. Oh, he fell through the wall.
Yeah, because the thing was, there was I think there was a piece of like plywood on the bottom, and he
tripped right over it.
He tripped over it,
and the tinfoil helmet fell off.
It's crazy. I just don't understand like what type of delay did they have that they couldn't like. Because I'm assuming this was live, right? But it
didn't say it was taped. Because normally, if they do, they say that it was on this day, but it aired this day. This one didn't say that.
But there should have been some sort of a tape delay that they could have worked around that. I don't know. I guess they didn't have. They just go with it.
If there was, they just
no, because WWF would never let something like that happen.
Look what happened when the tag titles, changed hands on the rope ring.
Granted, it wasn't live. But granted, it wasn't live.
Exactly.
But still, anyway, either way, disaster.
But it's unfortunate.
Poor Tugboat, man. Poor Tugboat.
Exactly. What are you gonna do? Let's get back to the action. Let's not ream on him anymore because it really isn't his fault.
No.
I mean, it's whoever worked on that wall. The little explosion didn't quite get it all, and just he did what he could, and he didn't break character. He didn't go, oh shit, do we start again? No, he put the helmet back on and just went right back in as if nothing else happened. So Next match on the card was for the television title. It was Paul Orndorff defending the title against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. This wasn't a bad match, although the fans kind of weren't into it as much. I guess, unfortunately, uh, Orndorff went for a body slam on Steamboat, and Steamboat had enough momentum going down that he held on to Orndorff as he brought him down to the mat, and he was able to get the pin on that. So he was able to counter just a basic move, gets the 3 count, and Ricky Steamboat is now the new television champion. So congratulations to him on that one, and then, unfortunate for Paula.
But then he got his ass.
And then, unfortunately, following the match on the rampway, Orndorff pile driver on the belt to Ricky Steamboat.
Damn it.
Sore loser. So he was looking to incapacitate Steamboat and take him out once and for all, unfortunately. So following that, Bischoff had interviewed Harley Race and the Colossal Kongs, who were, nice little tidbit here. The Kongs were voted worst tag team of 1993.
No, nice.
So good job bringing these boys in. So because they're on the next match, we've got on again, off again relationship here. Sting and Ric Flair going up against the Colossal Kongs.
Well, Sting,
mind you, in a few days, Ric Flair will be defending the NWA title against Sting.
Yeah. But Flair's still a babyface here, so they're still friends.
Yeah, so the respect will come out.
Yeah.
Whereas, in the past we've seen when Flair's a heel how bad he can be. So, but this match was pretty good. It was very impressive. Sting slammed not one but both Kongs, Awesome and King. It took a while to make those names. And then, of course, like I said, Tony had announced during the match that they would be fighting for the championship in a few days. Sting with a splash off the top rope. That's how he got the pin on the Kongs. This match pretty much was Sting in the ring. Didn't really need Ric Flair, although Flair, not only took care of business on the Kongs, but also got his hands on Harley Race as well, while Sting got the pin. So Sting and Flair get the victory over the Kongs, which, again, don't even know why even in the ring, they looked bad. It looked really bad, unfortunately. But total fan support behind Sting and Flair in this match. So following that, Tony had interviewed Ric Flair and Sting about their match on the upcoming Saturday. And, Flair said, look, man, I've teamed with him. I've fought against him. I've got the utmost respect for him. Brother, you and I leave it all out there. This is business. I'll see you Saturday. They shook hands. This is the good Sting and Flair feud, whereas what we see later on and what we've seen in the past way differently. I honestly, that match on a Saturday night, that was a missed opportunity. I would have put that match tonight. I would have had that match on this Clash tonight, and maybe help the ratings.
No, I agree. That is for whatever reason match. They were, they try to do something different. I understand. I get it though.
Maybe boost the Saturday night ratings.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yep. Next match on the card was the Equalizer and Ravishing Rick Rude versus Dustin Rhodes and a mystery partner, whomever would be driving the Camaro, which they were giving away. And it's funny because the Camaro was driven in by Road Warrior Animal.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Rude and Equalizer were like, "Oh, we know the whole book on you. We know." Meanwhile, Hawk gets in from the other side, so the Road Warriors are back.
The Road Warriors are back. Yeah. The thing is, I actually forgot that they teamed up. I completely forgot because
Animal and Rhodes.
At Animal and Hawk. I forgot that they reunited in '93. Totally forgot.
For a short time, yeah.
Because it's a blink if you miss a thing. Because you would see Animal there, and then you would see Hawk there, but you really wouldn't see Hawk and Animal there until '95. Then they're an actual tag team, even though it's only for a few months. Completely forgot about this. Completely forgot about it.
No, 95 or 96?
96. I'm sorry, 96.
Yeah, because Hawk was back briefly by himself, and then Animal came, and then they reunited. But this was a short
brief
run for them too.
Very, very. I don't even. Other than this, I don't even know any other like they weren't on any pay-per-views together. I don't think because I think Hawk gets injured before Fall Brawl or something.
In the upcoming clashes, they're not in.
So yeah, but that was cool to see them reunited.
Yeah, it was just weird too seeing them Animal Hawk team with Dustin. Considering if you think back
Dusty.
to with Dusty and the Road Warriors back then, it's just weird to see it now. but it's under a different time. Now, the match itself was pretty good. Equalizer to me was the weak link, unfortunately. Old Dave
Evad,
Sullivan there, yeah,
Evad.
Evad. And it's a shame that Rick Rude is in a match like this. Now, granted, he's feuding with Dustin Rhodes, fine. You couldn't find anybody else better than the Equalizer for him to team with. I thought that was a slap in the face to Rude. And yes, if it sounds like I'm being biased towards Rude, yes, I am. Because I mean, this is the biggest run he's had,
Yeah.
even over WWE, and it's starting to feel like
Well, it
it's
gets back,
declining.
but he goes into the feud with Flair right after this. So
Yes, thank God. All over Fifi.
hmm
I love it. Equalizer was going for a body slam. Hawk off the top rope, kind of with a he hits the shoulder of Dustin, excuse me, who kind of falls onto Equalizer and gets the pin that way. So Hawk and Dustin Rhodes get the victory over the Equalizer and Ravishing Rick Rude. If anything, then this should have been a six-man tag to where Hawk and Animal and Dustin
right.
could have been put together, and you could have
Yeah.
given Rude and Equalizer another partner.
hmm
But let's look at us though. It's not, we don't book this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
We can only voice our opinion. So the next match on the card was the main event for the WCW title. Vader defending the title against the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. The no disqualification rule has been thrown out here. Now, no, it is not a no DQ match. It's if Vader gets disqualified, he loses the title.
Right. Because
And of course,
normally,
yeah. And of course, Jesse had to say, "Oh, well, that means Bulldog can grab a chair." No, if Bulldog gets disqualified, he loses the match.
Yeah, because normally, if the champion loses by DQ, he's not going to lose the title; he'll just lose the match. Yeah.
Yes. And the match started. It started on the rampway. They couldn't take it. It also, I think, it had to stem from there was a commercial break right before the match started, which didn't make any sense whatsoever. So you're making them wait several minutes before they can start. So Bulldog, like a house of fire, once I guess he was given the word go, went right out to the rampway and started wailing on Vader. And he suplexed Vader on the runway, which is pretty impressive. Now, during the match, Vader hit the Vader bomb on Bulldog, but the British Bulldog kicked out. Vader went down to the top rope. Bulldog caught Vader into a power slam, but unfortunately, and this is just the bad luck of the Bulldog, it hit the referee on the way down to where he could not get the 3 count.
Yep. So he would have won the match.
Yep. And of course, British Bulldog went for a suplex on Vader, but Harley Race got in the ring, clipped his leg to where Vader came down on him. And then of course now the referee just happens to come alive again.
Right.
Counts to 3, and Vader wins the match over the Bulldog. It seems like Bulldog can in both organizations
both companies
can get that brass ring, but that final glass ceiling he cannot break through it, and it's unfortunate because I think he would have been a good champion.
Yeah, would have.
Unless whatever he's going through, I don't know. I see it now first here, and then you see this again in '95, and it's just like, wow, this guy can't catch a break. And in '96. After that, they just gave up. It's like, you're not getting a title shot anymore.
Yeah, so close, so close.
Now, afterwards, Race is attacking Bulldog's knee. Now, what makes the whole night the ending just like, oh, wow, this card just got a hell of a lot better tonight. Cactus Jack makes his return, beating the holy hell out of Vader. This feud's far from over. These guys are going to go at it at Halloween Havoc.
Yep.
Everybody forgot Cactus Jack. Yeah, he got his memory. He got everything. He's back with a vengeance. And Tony Schiavone, that's Cactus Jack.
Oh, yeah.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
And the crowd was totally 100% behind Cactus when they saw him. I thought that was a good move, bringing him back tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was, yeah.
And they'll finish their story in a couple of months. But overall, I mean, this was okay.
It was fun. I thought it was good. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it was 2 out of 3 titles changed hands. Sting and Flair had a good match. Bulldog, unfortunately, just cannot catch a break. But it was good to see when he first came in that they automatically put him at the top of the card, feuding with the main event guys and putting him with Sting. So that was good to see that he just didn't get lost in the shuffle. Second time he went to WCW, it was just, yeah, I think Bischoff did Brett a favor by bringing him in because him and Neidhart, they just did nothing with them. A couple of wins over Steve McMichael, that was about it. But no
And
titles, unfortunately.
and I think correct me if I'm wrong, this is the last time, the last clash that is the NWA championship. Because I
Yeah,
think the
because
net
the tag titles were still unified at this point, whereas the next clash is strictly WCW.
well, I'm referring to the fact that the international championship is on the next clash. Besides the
Yes.
tag team. Yeah,
Although I have it written down as for the
yeah,
world championship,
yeah.
but I'll have to fix that for the
Um,
show.
yeah, yeah.
Rude faces Hawk in the opening match of the next clash in that
Yeah,
title
and
match,
and
just for
and
as a spoiler.
and Root is the international
We'll
champion.
get into it
I know
next
we'll get
clash.
into the next.
You
We'll go
you
over.
you know what's coming.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
So, all right, well, that's our review. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys soon.
Take care.